Alrighty. Camera's good to go. Man, this thing's a lot of fun to fly. Didn't get any water. Okay. We landed in a bit of mud there. So make sure I didn't get any water into anything. As long as it's on the outside, I can just rub it off with a wet paper towel. As you can hear though, it's really windy. And this thing handles it like a champ, especially for a flying wing. It handles it really nicely. It's a fun little bugger, that's for sure, especially for... And this airframe cost me $35. I know, I can't believe I managed to spend that much on a plane. But it's a fun little bugger. Also, as you can see, we're supposed to get rain here soon, so I'm just going to take it up while I still have the chance, the light, and the lack of rain. And we're just going to go for this, because this is an awful lot of fun. I'd suggest if you're looking for a new plane, especially if you're looking for a flying wing, or just anything that you want that's fast and sporty, I would really consider looking at this thing. It's nice and easy to transport in your car. It's cheap. It's strong. I mean, I've hit poles with the thing, and other than blasting with a heat gun to puff back out the foam, nothing happened. I've had no broken props yet. Nothing is burned out. Of course, I did buy and use my own electronics, but that doesn't mean much. Everything though is holding together really nicely. It's a solid little bugger. Enough blabbing. Let's go fly again. Helps when you turn off throttle hold. Couldn't tell if that was the wind or if I was feeling like I had a lack of power. Let's find out. Oh yeah, that's definitely low voltage. Alright, well that's pretty cool. I'll actually get to see just how long this thing stays up in the air for on a nice charge of pretty much full throttle flying the entire time. I had a few short glide strips, but not much. Landings are nice and smooth, though at my novice abilities of a flying wing for right now, they're not all that superb. But as far as landings go, you know, they could be a lot worse. It's got good flight characteristics. You saw a lot of times, if you push it too far, what it likes to do is it just likes to go up and kind of turn over. It's nice. It's a nice characteristics. It's predictable. I've not had this thing really be too unpredictable. I did put it into a bit of a spin the one time. That was a little bit scary, but it only dropped about 8 feet, and I was able to recover it very easily. And that was in this wind. Overall thoughts for this thing are, I really have nothing bad to say about it for right now. I really don't. As far as an airframe goes, now, I don't know about the electronics. This is not a ready to fly or a plug and fly or a bind and fly. No, this is just the airframe. I added my own electronics, so I can't rate the ones that come with it. But as far as an airframe goes, this thing is top notch. 35 bucks, EPO foam, nicely built. The finish is just mirror smooth. And you can see reflections all the way through the thing. There are no dull spots. The paint on the canopy is nice. The stickers are nice. They're not peeling off. They stuck really easily. Only thing I'd recommend, since it is a mirror finish all the way around, sand the edges before you glue. I know you should do that anyway, but especially with this thing, sand before you glue. They're not roughed up at all. They are mirror smooth. The first joint that I actually put on there, I was a little excited to get into the air, so I forgot to sand it. And as it turns out, when I picked it up and went to launch it, you know, by the wing, it it just snapped right off because it literally had nothing to hold on to. That's how well these are molded. And then though, after I sanded it up, as you can tell, this thing can pull some serious G-forces and not have any problems. Anywho, here comes the rain. You also noticed before my battery went down that I was starting to not fly normally. It was starting to look a little bit backwards because I was flying backwards. The wind is really picking up, especially in the higher altitudes. My hands are starting to turn gray because they're so cold, and I'm starting to lose dexterity in my fingers. So it's a good time to go in. Good flight though. If it's anything like this tomorrow, I'll definitely be flying. That means maximum wind for this thing. I don't have my anemometer here, but this feels like a good 13, around 13, 10 through 15, I'd say. It's varying, as you can hear and see. That's about where you want to stick this thing with. But of course, that's with my motor. Again, I don't know about anyone else's motor. I've got a 2650 kV motor on this thing turned into a 5x5 prop. Anywho, that does it for me, though. I will see you guys next time for another flight.